With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The ball on the tee. We're set for football. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
First down, Vic. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Throwing, Vic. Buying time to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield, and that is incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Here's Matt Hawk now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. And Sanders now to return. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
At their own 46-yard line.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. Vic readies to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hope. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now here's Vic. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And a give this time to the tailback. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 3rd and 1, here's Vic. And this is caught at the 8. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. In for the score, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
At the 26-yard line.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
A first down throw coming for Vic. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Aaron Donald. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Here's Vic. Being chased out left. And he's going to keep it here. Touchdown. Michael Vick, 71 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Well, you want to talk about making something out of nothing. Boy, he did that right there. What an incredible run.
Obviously a pass play, and he couldn't find anyone open downfield. But sometimes the receivers just run those defenders off, and it creates a wide open space.
Extra point by Elam, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
To throw, Vic. This will be caught by Randy Moss. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Complete to Randy Moss.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Mike 20. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Mike 20. Exit. Yeah. 20, Mike 20.
Here's Michael Vick. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Holt. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
I'm coming after you. Check. Check hot route. Hot, hot.
They just get the play off. Now Vic. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 10 more there and another first down. Vic and the offense will start 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game.
Check 24. Check 24. Mike 20. Mike 20. Go, go. D. Everyone, Mike, go. 20. Mike 20. Hey.
Again, it's Vic. Steps away to his left. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Check 3. Check 3.
Vic will look to throw on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play.
Mike 20. Mike 20. Mike 20.
Throwing again, Vic on 2nd and 10. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by an American hero, Pat Tillman. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. So they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range. But boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
That one good for 37 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Vic. Forced out to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Deion Jones able to drop him for a loss of a couple. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense. He
was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. Vic now. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Bobby Bell, and as a result, possession switches hands. The D brought the house, they called the blitz, and they get to the quarterback, overwhelming the O-line.
And I would love to know, and we'll find out later on, was that called before the play or did they audible into it? Because defenses change plays as well as offenses. Sometimes they get the set they want. They go right to the blitz. And in this case, they nailed it. Got right to the quarterback. No chance on that fourth down.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Vic to throw it. Got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. Back to throw. Vic. Got a man. It's Randy Moss, complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Vic operating on first down. This is caught. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Check it back, check it back.
Vic to the air again. And it's caught. Touchdown. Julio Jones. In the final seconds of the first half. And his guys have taken the lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. A little juke. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
On 1st and 10, here's Vic. Caught by Jones. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Complete to Julio Jones. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
52. Here we go, here we go. Double tight, over. Double tight. Everyone, you got 4 down. 52's an edge, yeah. They can't hang with that.
On 1st down, Vic. Jones has it. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Check 52's the money. Check 52's the money. Defense wins championships, baby. By 52. Go. 52's the money.
Looking to throw. Vic. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Julio Jones once again the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Mike 52. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. 5-2 is the Mike. Mike 5-2. Off.
Throwing again. Vic. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gonzalez. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 15 yards on the play, first down. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. It'll be Vic once more. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll throw again. Here's Vic. Over the middle, complete. That's Gonzalez. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Vic now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Second and 4. And it's caught. Touchdown. From 4 yards out. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Throwing on first down. Vic dancing to his left. This will be caught inside the 10. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Buying time to his left. And he will score. It's a touchdown. Michael Vick. His second touchdown of the afternoon as his guys are back within a single score.
Defensively by now, You know his ability. You know he has it in him to take off and run.
Yeah, because they knew coming into this game, but we've already seen examples in this contest that he can run the football.
I think they're going to examine different ways to rush him now. Are they going to do it with different lanes? Are they going to use a spy? But they have to come up with options because right now, he's hurting them.
This will be taken short. And not a good return here. He is brought down at the 7-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. First down, Dickerson. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
From the 29, Vick. He completes it to Jones. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A gain there of 21 yards. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Check that. We're Mike 52 right here. And watch your leg.
Vick now from the 50. Got a man. It's Randy Moss. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing again on 2nd down. Vick. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Dickerson. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. That's the run he's been waiting for, Charles. He's been bottled up all game. That run alone got him more yards than he had in all his previous carries combined.
And don't think for a second he doesn't know that, because every back that I know can almost calculate every yard with every step that they take. He had to be frustrated because of what's happened during the game. Has to feel a lot better after that run.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. Here's Vic. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. Well, Charles, exciting to the very end. That's what we just saw in this game. Final play there, had it in the red zone, but anytime you're outside of the 10, that's tough trying to draw up a final play to get in, and they couldn't do it.
It certainly is. So what they were looking for was, extra time. Too bad it's not FIFA soccer, right, where you get a little bit of extra and you get a chance to run a couple more plays and maybe get closer and take that last shot into the end zone.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Join the discussion on Twitter at EA Sports_MUT. From Kansas City, so long, everybody.